Hello everyone, I've had some very disturbing news from a friend of mine. His name is Brian. He sent this message to me, and what he's got to tell us is totally horrendous. It sounds like something out of a movie. Brian, you're there, fill us in on that. You say that you came back from United States. You arrived at OR TAMBO on Tuesday gone by in the evening. Yeah, fill us in on that.
Okay, so we arrived back from USA and we went to the ticket counters, SAA and SafeAir. Anyway, they couldn't assist us. We were a bit late for the last flights, and we were just standing there deciding on a bed and breakfast and chatting, and then behind me I suddenly heard two like punches or slaps across the face. I couldn't believe my ears, but I turned around and there was a SafeAir employee hitting a guy.
Was he dressed in
numerous times?
Was he dressed in uniform?
He was in a white in his kit. He was with the black longs and the white shirt, and he had that thing hanging on his neck. It's like a ribbon with a card on it.
Was that in the FLYSAFAIR area? What was it? Where was that?
Yeah, right in front of the SafeAir counter, where you can buy tickets in the airport.
Okay, so yeah, tell us more about that. What really happened there?
So then, the chap that he was hitting wasn't fighting back. He was trying to hold him off, and eventually fell on the floor. Then a SafeAir guy took 3 or 4 steps towards him, got over him, and carried on beating this guy until other SafeAir people arrived and sort of took him off.
Yeah.
But it was brutal.
What actually led to that? Do you know?
I don't know what led to it. I know that the guy had missed 2 flights, and after it, I did notice that the guy had some liquor. The guy that was being hit had some liquor.
Oh, the guy has been hit. Yes. Could he smell of alcohol, you say?
Yes, I could see that he had some liquor.
Okay.
But I still don't condone what the SafeAir guy did. He land-based us. Okay, and there were police nearby. They didn't do anything.
That's frightening.
Yeah. No, they did nothing.
Okay. And what happened after this guy got beaten up?
So then, he was, like, in minutes, his eye was literally closed, and the other SafeAir staff took this guy and took him about 30-40 meters away, and that's where I took the photo of him. And then shortly after that, he came back to the counter. You could see him sort of gesturing at the counter, and there was just lots of screaming and things going on. But it was unsavory.
Was there any conversation between the two that you could follow? No conversation at all, other than the conversation that the guy had, the guy that got beaten up had with the cops once, about 10 minutes later, two they weren't sergeants, they had better rank than that, arrived, and that's where I started picking up that he was under the influence, and he was quite rowdy by then, but he was quite damaged, and then off he went into the lift and he disappeared. And what language were they talking, do you know?
Okay, he was talking Afrikaans, the chap that had got beaten up, and the other guys were talking English, the policeman. And I didn't hear any conversation between the two, the SafeAir guy, but it was just brutal, yeah.
So, did you hear anything beforehand? Did you see anything? Was there any provocation?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I didn't notice anyone shouting. I just heard the slaps, proper slaps and that's when I turned around to see what this was. I've never heard it like that before. And this guy was thrashing this poor client or customer.
Okay, and from what you could tell, what happened? Was any action taken against either of these parties?
No action was taken. I confronted the policeman. I took a photo of his card, his label on his chest, and only after I said to him, "Listen, I'm going to report this because that guy should not be employed if he can do this to he should definitely get the police involved and other things, not take the law into his own hands." And that's when he pulled out his incident book and he started writing in it. That I'd already taken his picture of his police tag.
You have no idea what action was taken against either the seeming evident passenger or the SAFAIR individual?
I don't think anything was taken that happened then, because he disappeared into the lift with the two policemen. And
which one? The Afrikaner guy?
The Afrikaner, yeah. They went into I didn't really want them to go into the thing, but they went into a lift and they disappeared. And there was another constable that was left there, and he was the one that opened his incident book and started writing. Once I'd said to him, "I'm going to report this."
Okay. And what time did this happen roughly, Brian?
Then this happened at about 1940, so it was about 20 to 8.
Okay.
On Tuesday night. And when I looked up, there were definitely lots of surveillance cameras all above where it happened. It was in line with the SAFAIR desk.
And you say you heard the slaps. Was there any other altercation other than the slaps?
Nothing. I do recall there was one or two punches, which came from him as well, but most of it was heavy slapping.
Was it while the person was standing, or
2 or 3, 4 shots while he was standing, and then about four or so shots while he was on the ground?
So he was actually hitting the guy while he was on the ground?
While he was on the ground. He stood over him and was beating him.
And it was only one person, or were there others involved as well?
One person.
Okay, and you've taken a picture of this person?
I took a picture of him.
That's the one you sent to me?
2 minutes after it happened.
Okay, that's a person that you send a picture to me to?
Yes.
Okay, so the person, it can be identified from the picture.
Yes. Yes.
You mentioned that you have another video as well?
Yes. So there's in the other video, none of the incident itself, that he came back to the desk and there were lots of employees sort of screaming, and you can hear the noise, and you can see him come to the counter and he's gesturing behind the counter, and then off he goes. And Terry took that video, but I'll forward that to you.
All right, and you have no idea what led to it, and you don't know what happened after this incident?
No, I don't know if the guy was saying that he's going to press charges, and he also mentioned that he's related to Rupert. What is the guy's name who owns these shopping centres or these? Johan Rupert.
Okay.
That's what he was shouting. He mentioned that a couple of times, and he said he's going to press charges. But I know that he missed 2 flights. That's what was coming out of it as it started. I heard them something about he missed 2 flights. And he might have been in the bar, I'm not too sure. But
Okay.
I don't know what happened, why it started, but whatever, that SAFAIR guy should never have taken that incident into his own hands. He should have called the police. They were right there.
Especially somebody in a public area and dressed in airline uniform.
He was. Yeah.
Thanks for sharing that with us, Brian. I can tell you that I have been trying to get hold of Kirby Gordon from FLYSAFAIR. I've forwarded all your details on to him.
Yes, thank you.
By the time that we are having this chat, he has not responded to it. But let us leave it open, and let's see if anyone can give us an official feedback in this regard.
Yeah, so Ben, what I was thinking, the guy that he shouldn't be dealing with the public if he's so what he did to that poor passenger, no matter what instigated it, it shouldn't have happened.
Could you see the passenger striking back, or could you see who struck
I
first?
didn't see him. Didn't see him striking back. He was just trying to protect himself. So he had his head sort of slightly down, and he had his arms out, and the guy was smacking him.
And the difference in size between these two guys?
The guy that he was quite a tall guy. He had short sideburns, sort of nice, sort of a lot of hair on top of his head. He had strong shoulders, and he had very thin calves. Which one thing I remember about the guy that was doing the slapping. The other guy was like a middle-aged, sort of 45-year-old guy. You could see that he was sort of middle-class type chap. I don't think very sophisticated. But yeah, it was very unsavory.
All right, and definitely not something that FLYSAFAIR should accept from any of our employees.
No, I don't think so.
Thanks, Brian. Let us see if we can get any response from FLYSAFAIR in that regard. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah, man. Thank you very much.
All right.
And thanks,
Thanks for that, Brian. Okay.
Okay, bye, Ben.
Thank you. All right. For that matter, I did try to get a hold of Kirby Gordon, Mr. Kirby Gordon, and I haven't had any feedback as yet. But let's see if somebody can get a response for us.
Fantastic, Ben.
Good. Chat to you soon.
Well.
Thank you. Right back.
Thank you. Okay. Bye-bye. Bye.